Welcome to the Personal CFO. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 different types of plans you can have in retirement, and we're going to focus on one specifically, when it might be right for you, and what to watch out for. So as a refresher and a reminder, the only 3 potential plans you can have in retirement are an upward sloping line, which is growth of capital, a flat line, which is preservation of capital, and a downward sloping line, which is utilization of capital or spending down your capital. And today, we're going to talk about the last line, the one that slopes down, which is your utilization of capital. Or let's redefine that. We're spending our gains, we're spending our interest, and we're spending down also a little bit of the capital and a little bit of our principal every year or every month. So let's talk about who this might be right for. We see this a lot for clients that have worked hard their whole life, and they say, hey, look, I've worked hard, we have a good amount of money, and I don't want to sacrifice my lifestyle in any way for my kids or for a church or charity. I've worked long and hard. My kids are just fine. They're very successful. They've openly told me they don't want any money, or the client doesn't want to leave them any money. And in that scenario, a slope that starts to head down is okay, because what that means is you're maximizing your lifestyle in retirement. So you're spending more than you otherwise would if your lines were going flat or up. You're maximizing that at the expense of leaving more later on. And for many, leaving more later on is not the priority. It's that they want to live their life and enjoy it today. And many times the heirs or the recipients of that money would want them to do that. And something to think about is that can be a great conversation. So to think about when you're 90 or 100, where's that money going to go? Have a conversation with those people and say, is this even money that you want? And they may say, we'd rather you have a downward sloping line. They probably won't say it that way, but we'd rather you enjoy your life now. And that's something to think about. Now, what is a tricky part of this line that slopes down? Now, I've heard many say the perfect line slopes down and hits 0 on the day you die. And that plan is called the check bouncing to the undertaker, right? You die with 0, it's perfect, right? Nobody wanted any money, nobody got any money, and you spent just the right amount. The challenge with that is, obviously, we have to know exactly when the last day is, and we don't. And what can happen here is you can have a stressful time where you're spending those dollars down, and once you start spending it down, those resources can deplete quickly because you have less money working for you. So being too aggressive on your spending can be tricky because many times people say, well, I don't have longevity in my family. Let's assume a really young age. That could work, but that can be a stressful time for all parties involved if that's your financial plan. So be thoughtful of, having a downward sloping line, but you don't necessarily want it hitting 0 anytime soon just because you don't think you're going to live very long. Medical advancements continue. We're living longer than ever. So that's really the trick on your capital utilization line, is just making sure that you're not looking for the undertaker check to bounce and giving yourself a little leeway and a little wiggle room. So that way, as the years pass on, you still have some cushion and you're able to live the lifestyle that you want in retirement. So I hope this was helpful. And as always, thanks for investing your time at the Personal CFO.